Welcome to Goshen Prepping. Thank you for joining us. Have you heard the news about the submarine that was lost near the Titanic? Of course you have. That's all mainstream media and everybody's been talking about. And now the news is flooded with their remains and what happened to it, why it imploded, and yeah, whatever. Of course it's in the news. There was a billionaire on board. Not to mention we did not talk about some of the different boats carrying refugees, sinking, killing lots of people. That doesn't matter because they're just peons like you and me. But that's not the whole thing. This whole thing took place, all this news about the Titanic submarine and the implosion and everything, right in the middle of, well, something much bigger that probably escaped your newspaper and news stories. Mainstream media doesn't think this is important, but you and I do. Lab-grown meat now to be served in U.S. restaurants for the first time. Isn't that interesting? So, one thing having lab meat in your grocery store, which we're already talking about having labeling on there. Do I want to actually get this real chicken that actually grew up somewhere or have this fake chicken that actually was made? And I know the majority of the viewers of this channel don't want the lab meat, and I get it. Neither do I. But seeing it in the grocery store, well, that's simply just capitalism. Somebody's trying to make money off it. I mean, probably Bill Gates and other people like that too, but they are just capitalistically speaking trying to make money off of it. But when you actually seeing it pop up in restaurants, do you think the restaurant menus are going to say, hey, by the way, our chicken here is not real chicken, it's lab grown? Of course not. Almost all chicken ever eaten was once part of a real bird. It's really funny, in this article, they actually even use the word real. But that's slowly changing. Two firms have successfully convinced US regulators, you know what, we want to start selling lab grown chicken. They took stem cells from a real live chicken and now are able to give those cells nutrients and have them grow up into a big slab of lab-grown chunked meat, which they will serve you at your favorite restaurant. Our loving friends at the USDA has granted Upside Foods and Good Meat to begin selling their lab-grown meat in restaurants. The FDA, which of course is all about our best interest, determined this meat is safe for human consumption. So they started with a restaurant in San Francisco called Bar Kren, and Good Meat will work with a Washington, D.C. restaurant owned by a celebrity chef. But in the next few years, you may and will begin to see cultured meat products in more places. There are more than 150 companies around the world working to make these foods tasty and cheap enough to replace meat in your diet, and eventually someone will figure it out. And that's the key, isn't it? What's going on here? Why are they trying to figure this out? Is it because of vegans? No, I'm pretty sure vegans won't eat this because it's still coming from a live animal. So why are they doing this? Of course, it's all about controlling our food supply. They blame it on climate change and say chicken farts and all these other animal farts are causing problems with our ozone layer, causing problems with greenhouse gases, causing problems with climate change, as they continuously try to change and alter and diminish our food supply. The food supply we like. They are, when I say they, by the way, we're talking about the government, we're talking about elites, we're talking about those people who are in control, which is not you and I. Right now, I'm confident you can go to your grocery store or even your favorite restaurants and get some, well, real meat. But those times are changing. If the elites and the governments and the corporations and all those people have their way, because that's what we're seeing is they're pushing their way. They're pushing it, pushing it, pushing it. We're not asking for this, but they're pushing it. We've always had an economy based on supply and demand. People want something, they demand it, the supply will make it. But now we actually see supply pushing this stuff on you and me. We are certainly getting lab-grown crap being shoved down our throat, and I don't like it. I'm sure you don't either. So continue to prep. In this case, I suggest prepping by, if you can, if zoning allows it, having real chickens, real live bona fide chickens in your backyard, giving you eggs and meat, not to mention other farm animals too. If you haven't done this yet, and again, zoning allows this, I suggest you jump on this quickly because a time may come by getting real bona fide chicken in your grocery store will disappear. Restaurants too. Thanks for watching.